Hello and welcome to Hobby Vlog number 235. It's been a better week for hobbying like I hoped. Got quite a bit of time to hobby with Rosie, which has obviously put a big smile on my face. And I've also managed to paint up my miniature in time, which is really, really good. But before we get into this week's, which won last week and what the options are this week, I also last week meant to do the prize draw and totally forgot. So I've done it this morning, and I can now tell you, if we roll that little spinny thing, that Harajan GF won, which is pretty cool. So thank you ever so much to everyone that voted. The way you get involved and the way that you can be in that draw, and to let you know what he's won, is the opportunity to choose one of the 4 miniatures that I painted up during May. So I will be in touch and let you know what your options are, and then you can pick, and I will send that brand new from the Reaper miniature website. The way to get involved is on screen now is a list of miniatures. Pick which one you want me to paint next week, and the one with the most votes I will paint. But every vote is every comment in this vlog with a vote in it is an entry into that prize draw, 1 per person per video, and you could be in with a chance of winning one of these miniatures. And at the end of the year, something a little bit more special will happen as well for all your votes. So yeah, do get involved. It's been really fun. I've really enjoyed it, and I'm just painting loads and loads of stuff. So last week I painted up Poppy Cloverlocks. There's a picture on the screen now. Nice colourful miniature. Had a lot of fun doing this as well. And this week we had the giant mountain troll one. So I had quite a good voting from last week. Thank you ever so much to everyone that voted. Sorry, I can't speak today. There was a few on 3, and the giant mountain troll got to 4. So I'll get the giant mountain troll painted up, and that will be put into the next week's vlog. So anyway, these are slightly longer intros because of this, all this fun with the Reaper stuff. I'll stop rambling now. Let's get on with the video, and I'll see you again at the end. Alright, let's have a look at Poppy Cloverlocks Halfling, the miniature which won the vote for me to paint this week. Looks like a lot of fun, and another very different miniature, which is what is just so much fun about this whole challenge, is everything I'm doing is such a variety. So last week I did like a basically naked lady, and this week I'm doing a little halfling barmaid. So yeah, so as per usual, what I'll do is I'll get this washed in soapy water, clean up any sprue bits that came off in my finger, but just run the blade over. There's a little bit of evenness on the bottom. Stick that down to a base and get the primed. I'll show you what it looks like when it's done, and then we'll take it down and paint her. Right, so Rosie's just come back upstairs. It is a bit later on the same day, and I'm going to show her how to do the light dry brushing. She was a little bit concerned that we hadn't put enough paint on, but the thing with dry brushing is you don't need very much paint, and as you can see, it's got a lovely coloration. Yes, and it has to go like this, but Daddy wants it like this. Yeah, Rosie's complaining because I've not done, I'm not able to do the, I'm not able to position it exactly how I want it to with both lent back, so we're going to just do it like that with only one lent back. So I've got very little bit of paint, and all we're doing is just on the edges. Can you see on the edges? We're just picking out the edges, just like that, and that's done. That's all we're going to do. So you do the other one, I'll take the paint off, just the edges. Just like this. Hold it, otherwise it won't work. Hold it. And then pew, pew. Yeah? Very good. That's it. And the front edge. You can turn it around in your hand. You can turn it around like that. I did that one. Oh, did you already do that? Yeah. Well, there we are. So that's our light dry brush, done and dusted. So what I'm going to do now, I've got a little bit more to do over here, which is with the modelling compound, which you don't like doing, do you? Because you get dirty. You don't like getting dirty, do you, love? No. So I've got a little bit more to do over here, and then once I've done that, then we're going to do the next bit together, and that's going to be painting it. Okay, so we're going to paint it together. Yeah, paint it together. What colour? We're going to paint it brown. And then we're going to put static grass on it. What kind? You haven't done static grass for a little while, but you have done it. So we'll do static grass together, and then we will glue that in place up there, and then we'll be done. Okay, so I'll just get this last little bit you can see here where it needs to be finished. I haven't got the modelling compound on it. I'll turn the camera around. So yeah, so we just need to get this bit here done, and then you can come up and help me paint. Okay?
It's done.
Okay, you gonna say bye-bye to the camera?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I'm getting ready to put the last of the modelling compound on now, and what I've done is I've just drawn around my stone table, which is looking brilliant after the help that Rosie gave me. So I'll build up the modelling compound up till that point. It's not the end of the world that if it goes over a little bit, and when we paint it and what have you, then that will basically paint that black and it won't really be visible. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to mix up some more modelling compound now and put it on here. I'll show you what it looks like when it's finished, and then hopefully tomorrow me and Rosie can get stuck in with painting and get this finished. And again, if it wasn't for Rosie, I'd probably just stop on this. Life's very busy, but I'm most excited to work with this on Rosie. So yeah, let's get stuck in. Well, here she is, Poppy, Cloverlocks, primed and on her base and ready to go down to start painting. So I'm going to go and do that now, as it happens. So hopefully I'll have a lot of fun and get this done pretty quickly, but we shall see. Well, I've finally bought something that I've been thinking about buying for a very long time, and it arrived today. This is a paint shaker. So this is a cheap one off of eBay. Cost me about 15 quid or maybe even less than that. So yeah, not a lot of money. But I'm going to take it down now. About to start painting Poppy Cloverlocks, the Halfling. So I'm going to take this down now and give it a go, and I'll report back on how good it is. But I'm quite pleased to have finally got it. It is a UK socket, UK plug, but I've got a UK adapter down there, so it's fine. So yeah, quite excited to give it a go and hopefully have my paints mixed a little bit better, which is something I do struggle with sometimes. Well, would you look at that? It's been an amazing day of deliveries today. This is not all of it. So this is Tainted Griail, Kings of Ruin. And I've been waiting for this a while. I can't even tell you how long I've been waiting for it, but a while. And all I've done is open the box, like slit the box. Haven't actually taken anything out. You are watching this live. So, as per usual, open here. Dear backer, it's hard to believe our first journey to Avalon happened almost 6 years ago. Yeah. Amazing. So, this is for marching. They've done well for themselves. Awaken Realms, fair play to them. Fair play to them. You like seeing people make a success when they work hard. They really deserve it. Not as brilliantly packed as most of their stuff is. It's a bit wibbly wobbly, that. But what have we got? Oh, stretch goals journals. I'm not going to go into opening the shrink wrap. I'll do that in a separate video maybe. Deluxe exploration journal. The Tainted Griail update pack. So that's for the original. I really need two of these because actually I have two copies, because they sent me with the original game. They sent me twice. They accidentally shipped to me twice, and I was in touch with them for ages, and they never arranged a courier to collect it, and eventually just closed the ticket. It was really odd. I was like, I gave them my address and said, yeah, happy for you to pick it up whenever you want to, and then they closed the ticket. So I have two complete sun drops of the original. I might eventually sell one, not sure. Anyway, Red Death journal. We have something, some miniature or other. Can't tell what it is. Let's have a look inside. See if we can find out what it is. Campsite. We have the campsite. Cool. Okay, that's a miniature. This is awesome viewing. This will all just go back into this box. We have some upgraded resources for the original as well. We have, oh dear, as always, card protection. You end up with so many card sleeves when you do what I do in big games. You know what, actually it might not go back in this box. I might put it on my shelf. Oh, goodness me. Kings of Ruin, Tainted Griail. Oh, goodness me, that's heavy. 10 chapters, 3 to 5 hours each. So it's an expansion with lots of miniatures in it. That looks really cool. I should actually play this game, shouldn't I? And Tainted Griail, Kings of Ruin, Weird Encounters, which has a whole load of miniatures in it. So you're going to have to wait for a little bit. I'll put out a separate video, not on the vlog, of me unboxing it all, because that'll be fun. But yeah, there we are. So that's one thing that arrived. Right, let me clear this one out of the way, and I'll show you what the second thing that arrived today was. Well, the second game that arrived today. Well, it's a smaller box, but a much heavier box. So let's pull things out of this, shall we, and see what we've got. Oh. And yes, it is Tanares RPG. Look at that. Isn't that? I mean, it looks beautiful. Yeah. So we've got Tanares RPG, and then in here I've got Tanares all-in box. So let's lift this out. It's heavy. I have to get my knife to open it again. Reach over here. And yeah. Let's see what's in the box. What's in the box? You know why this is heavy. It's because it is a solid block of books. So we have the GM-less pack, which is good to give to people so that you can GM and they don't get to see all the secrets. We have, oh dearie me, because I was me, so clearly I got both. I'm just trying to get this because it's heavy. Oh. So I got two of it, one of each, two each, the same, like both covers basically, because why not? So I can gift one of those to someone. We have some power cards. We have dice kits and mini game. Okay. We have an art collection. Now you know I absolutely love art books. And what's in here? An RPG map pack, unfortunately made in China, which is always the shame of all this stuff you get from Kickstarter. So yeah, there we are. Tanares RPG has arrived, and present and correct. Oh, but that was one heavy box, I can tell you. So yeah, good day of deliveries today. Got Kings of Ruin, Tanares RPG, my paint mixer, a couple other bits and pieces that aren't relevant for the channel. Yeah, it's always nice when there's been no deliveries for ages and then one arrives. So there we are. Awesome. This has been a very long time coming, and I had forgotten that I'd ordered it when I had the email saying, oh, by the way, it's going to be on its way. Apologies for the racket from the dogs. There's a big storm that's just blown over, and they are very, very jumpy. Anyway, so this is the stuff that was, I ordered this in December. It's nearly June now. These are basically the transparent, the transparent Warriors of the Dead, clear plastic, and King of the Dead and Heralds, which is pretty cool. And then the one that I'm actually really excited about, because I've wanted this for a while, is Frodo Baggins, Samwise Gamgee and Gollum, which is pretty cool. So this is when they're on the way towards Mordor. So yeah, I'd forgotten I'd ordered them. They'll go in the box. They'll probably not be touched for a while. But yeah, pretty cool to have them. Well, would you look at that? I actually sat down yesterday evening and painted her. If I can get that to focus, that'd be nice. I've got it zoomed too far in. Excellent camera work. There we are. Yeah, I sat down and did it in one sitting. And I also realised that I forgot this Monday to publish the video from last week. It's just, life's just been crazy and it just went out of my mind. So next Monday there'll be two. There'll be this one and there will be the Harpy Supervillain video released on the same day. But anyway, so what I've got to do now is I've got to do the basing, which I'll do in a bit. Just standard basing. I am thinking about maybe using some model railway grout rather than the actual basing material, because I don't want her to be on dirt. I want her to be on something a little bit more prepared. So I'll show you what that looks like if I do that. Otherwise I'll just show what it looks like when it's done. I had another wonderful painting session with my mate Tim, and during that, and also yesterday evening, I have now finished painting this. I hadn't finished it before I thought I had, so I've painted the little golden details on the ears, I've done his eyes, and I've also done inside his mouth. So that now really is ready to be put onto the base, which is very, very cool. I haven't yet decided how I'm going to paint the base. When I do, I'll bring you along and show you what it looks like. And like I said, I'll probably do a painting video once I've done one. I'll probably do a painting video when I do the second one. Say hi, Roo.
Hi.
So what we're going to do is we're going to paint all of the hill black, and we're going to put sand over it. Now please stop picking that up yet, because we're not ready for that yet. So let me show you. So we're going to do this together, and it's going to be a right mess because I've got paint all over the place. So what you do, you've got to do this quite quickly. So if you can get the sand, okay.
I got my sand.
And what we're going to do is going to slap it on, and then once I've got a little bit covered, I want you to very carefully not throw it all out. So you've got way too much. Tip some of that out, please. You need much less than that. Go on then. Right, now scatter her over where I've put the paint. That's it. That's it. Cover it all, and then wait for me to do some more. And then scatter that again. Okay, so if you do that, there we are. A little bit more. You cover everywhere where it's black. Very good. Very good. And a little bit more there. Don't worry about that, because we can knock that down with our fingers. Right, carefully doesn't go on the floor. Right, now the next thing we're going to do, which is going to be a bit difficult to film, but over here I have a box on the floor behind you, Rosie. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to carefully lift this up, step out the way, slide it over, and I'm going to drop the sand into the box so we don't lose it. Okay?
Yeah.
And that has now got sand and paint on it, and this is what we're going to do over the whole of the thing. So we'll get this done and bring you back when it's finished. I'm not going to run the camera as a wait a second, Rosie. I'm not going to run the camera while we're doing it. We're just going to do that over all of it and get this whole thing covered in black paint and sand. So yeah, back in a bit.
And right here is going to be the stone table.
Yes, indeed, which is ready.
Is that my DVD?
No, they're not. Right. Say bye bye to the camera. Oh, I'm not pointing at you.
Bye bye.
So I've decided to make use of this ballast for my basing material, which is a nice light grey, quite large in a sense, but not too big hopefully. So what we're going to do is clean out the nozzle on this, which is something I have to do every time I use it, which is just the basing glue from Luke, and then if it will come out, hopefully it will. Yep, there we are. Then just put it around the edge, not underneath where she's standing, because that's the whole point of this. And then you can't see this because it's out of camera shot at the moment, I'm sorry. But what we'll do is we'll throw some of the stone on, and then it will look like that. So that's cool. So I'm going to get that done. That's actually gone over a little bit more than I wanted it to, so I'm going to knock it back down again. Using a toothpick for this is a top idea, because if you use a paintbrush, you will destroy your paintbrush. So don't use a paintbrush. Right, I'm going to get the rest of that done. Probably not going to be able to do it on camera. Then I'll take it down, paint the rim, and I'll bring her back, show you what she looks like when she's completely finished. Well, that was a lot of fun with Rosie doing this. She did so well. We split it up with me painting the paint on, and then Rosie went along and scattered the sand and did a really good job. But what I'm going to do now very quickly here, I'm just going to paint the black on, because it's a bit of a dull process and she won't have as much fun doing this. So I'm going to paint black over the top of it just to seal it on, and it should dry in the next couple of hours, and then when she gets home from school a bit later, what I'll do is we'll do the brown dry brushing over the top of it, which I think she will really enjoy doing. So yeah, everything is better when you do stuff with Rosie. It really is such fun to hobby with. So anyway, so I'll just quickly whack black paint over the whole of this and bring it back a bit later on. Hopefully today we'll get on and do the dry brushing, and then we can start on the static grass, which is going to take some time. It's a big, I've done it again, I've not built a small project. It's a huge thing. All I needed it really was just the top. But hey, what are you going to do? Onwards, let's get this painted. I'll be back later for the next steps. Right, so we're back and we are going to do some dry brushing. Don't worry about that. Some dry brushing on here. So how we're going to do it is I'm going to get in the paintbrush ready and then give that to Rosie to do most of the dry brushing. So I take most of the paint off, and what you want to do is you want to do lightly. Do you see? You want to do it lightly. Don't brush on too hard too early. It might look like not very much is going on, but remember what it was like when we dry brushed this and it looked like nothing was going on, and then later on lots and lots of it was very grey. Yeah?
Yeah.
Watch what I'm doing. That's too much there, you see. I shouldn't have put that much on. You want to have it very, very light. So do you want to take over?
Yeah.
Want to do some dry brushing?
Yes, please.
Go for it. That's it. Right, I'll get you a bit more paint. Okay. Go. Like
Not
that, yeah?
so much here.
That'll be okay. There you go. That's it. So you're going to dry brush all over it. And we will come back, I'll show you what it looks like when it is done. I'm not going to film all of this process. Well, this week, the storage units that are going to have my miniatures in arrived. And I've just finished carrying these upstairs. They are pretty heavy, it came on a pallet. And this is where they're going to go. So they're going to put 2 here, and they're going to put 2 over there. However, they're too wide. So I do actually need to take these shelves and cut them down some, and I'm not sure whether I'm going to have to do that on these shelves as well, so we'll find that out as we go. But I've started the process of clearing the shelves just to make it easier. Things may come back in here, but for now I just need to make space. So I've got to clear all of these, and I've got to clear all of these as well. So let me quickly show you whereabouts I'm putting them. What I've done is I have moved all of the western terrain, which was on these 3 shelves, and they're out here. So if we just go out into the corridor past where the model railway is going to be eventually, and this is where one of those units got put by the men the other week, and you can see that I have 3.5 sections crammed full of western terrain. I do love my western terrain. So I'll fill the rest of this up with the rest of the terrain that I can in here, and then if anything doesn't fit here, we'll go up into the roof in the one up there, and then what I'll be able to do is start to build the actual units. So it's nice to have progress on this, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what they look like, and hopefully they're fitting right, because it was very expensive to buy and ship them, but yeah, it is going to look nice. Alright, so our hill is looking great, and Rosie has just come upstairs. It's a Saturday morning and she's asked to do a little bit more of this, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to quickly show her how the static grass works.
Yeah, and static grass
is there, yeah, and then she's going to do it. So I think this is
I'm not going to touch it.
No, you're not going to touch it, but you are going to get involved in doing some of the static grassing, I think. So anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to
touch the glue on it.
No, don't touch the glue. So we'll start up here, make it easier. So we put some glue down from which is the World Scenics Fast Tack. And then spread it out a little bit. Zena, go on in your bed. So we've got a puppy coming and bothering us as well here. So maybe put a little bit more than that down. So you put your static grass down where you want your, your glue down where you want your grass to stick. And this is going to be pretty much, it's not going to be everywhere, but it's going to be pretty much all over. It's going to be quite a solid covering because it's spring in Narnia, isn't it, at this point? So I've put some spring static grass from Luke, and we turn the static grass applicator on and you just shake it, and it's as simple as that, like so. and then you stop, and then we do the next section, and we do the next section, and then we come along with a hoover and vacuum it up, and then it's done. It's as simple as that. So do you want to do the static grass application? Do you want to do the shaking?
Okay.
Yeah. Right, so I'll do the glue. So we'll put a patch of glue here. It's a funny face.
Quickly stripping.
Yep.
A bit of more glue.
Yep. And we'll do this in patches. It's going to be easiest to do it in patches, I think. If we had a little bit more time, then we'd just do the whole lot. So I put glue over the whole of the side of the hill, and then do all of the static grass in one go. But we just don't have time. We don't have a lot of time now. So I'll turn that on. So what you do is you take this. Right, wait a second. You have to hold the pin in to get the static, and then shake it. Like so.
Why do you have to do that?
Because there's a battery inside this, and it does static electricity, which means that this is standing up. Well, it's supposed to, but it's not working for one at the moment. So I might need to clean that. But anyway, so we will get this done, and when it's completely finished, we'll bring it back and show you what it looks like. But it's probably going to take us a couple of days to get all of this done.
Just scratch.
I know. But yeah, don't stick your hand down your pants on camera.
Just scratching.
Okay.
I don't have my...
You're just having a scratch, okay. But yeah, we'll get this done, and we'll bring it back and show you what it looks like when it's finished, won't we, Rosie?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you say to the camera?
Bye.
Bye-bye! So Rosie helped for a bit, and then I think that a little bit of the static grass got in her eyes, which can happen. I managed to get it out, so it was all right, but she decided she didn't want to do it anymore. So I've just literally done it in one go. So there we are, we have the grass on the hill. So I'll let that dry now, leave that alone now. And then later on I'll come back and hoover that off and touch it up if I need to, but I'm just going to let that to set. We've got an exciting day planned, so I'm going to tidy up and head off, and yeah, it was fun. It was nice that she did a little bit of it, but she is very young to be doing static grassing, so, and yeah, it does get in your eyes a little bit sometimes. Well, that's all dried, and I've just shaken all the excess off. Now it does need sealing, which I'm going to do with alcohol and watered down PVA, but I'm not going to do that with Rosie because it's a bit of a smelly, horrible process. But you can see it's really starting to come together. The stone table looks really well in there. What we want to do now, Rosie wants to put some colour on, which is a really nice idea. So we're just going to put a few blobs of the coloured flock that I've made, the coloured scatter. So I'm going to be in charge of glue. Oh, I'll give that a shake actually, and Rosie is going to be in charge of dropping. So don't drop it just yet until there's glue down. So we're just going to shake that. Where do you want the first one to go?
Here.
Okay, so we're just going to put a little bit of glue down there. And I want you to drop it in there. Now drop it in there nice and solid, like this. So make sure it covers it nicely. Okay.
But what if I did too much?
No, that's okay. We'll shake it off, don't we? There we are. So we're just going to have little patches of colour like that around it, not all over the place, but just in places, and that will be the spring flowers coming up now that Aslan has returned. So we'll get that done, and I'll bring you back a bit later to show you what it looks like. Well, there it's looking lovely and colourful. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put just a few trees down in this area here. Now,
this area.
No, this area here. So
What should we put here?
Something else. Right, so in the story, Susan and Lucy hide, don't they, in some trees and watch what happens on the stone table. So that's what this is referencing. It's referencing the trees that Susan and Lucy hide in. So we've got 3 trees. We've got 2 deciduous and 1 evergreen, little evergreen one. So where do you want them to go, Rosie? Just in this area, and we'll stick them in. I'll do it. Right. No. They've got to be down because they hid on the edge. They're going to be down in this area here. Not that high up, no, just in this area here. So kind of like there, maybe. So do you want that one there?
Yeah.
Okay, right, move out of the way. Move out of the way. Right, to go to the left, so I can get over this, because this is quite hard to push him. So what I do is I get a bradawl, make a hole, and then I can push the tree in. There we are. So where do you want your second tree? Probably near that. And I'm going to move the camera to zoom in a little bit more on what we're doing. Okay, so move your finger right there. Now take the tree, like that. And where do you want this one? Okay. Now I'm not going to glue these in because it may not work there. There might not be quite enough material. No, it's a bit loose, that. Let's do it a little bit higher up. Let's do it. Let's do it here, shall we?
No, here.
Here. Okay. Yep. So, yeah, not quite enough material to stick it down at the bottom, which is a shame. So I'm not going to glue these in because I want to be able to move them if we have a game with this. But that's where Susan and Lucy hide and watch what happens to Aslan. Isn't that cool? Right, so what we're going to do now is we need to let that all dry, and then I'm going to come along and seal it all because there's still a lot of loose static grass on it. Careful, Rosie. And then when that's done, then we'll stick the stone table in place, and then this will be finished, Rosie. It's nearly done, Roo.
What?
So we don't want to put any more of the trees on for now. We'll just leave those there, okay?
No,
Right.
We just put one more.
Where do you want it to go if you want to put one more tree?
Here.
Okay, we'll put one more tree in. So careful, you're banging the camera. We'll put one more tree in, seeing as you ask so nicely. So a little bit of a barrel action. And do you want that one?
Yeah.
We'll put that tree in. There we are. Right, so I will seal this. I'll bring the camera back when I'm sealing it, show you how I do it with alcohol and water down PVA. And then this will be finished, Rosie. Very cool.
Yes, but we have to glue the
Yeah, and we have to do glue the stone on, but I'll glue the stone on once I've sealed everything. But yeah, how about that? Isn't that cool? Thank you for your help again. That was fun. Oh, this week turned out to be really busy again. I got this painted up in one night, and I thought, oh, that'll mean I'll have time to do more painting and get more stuff done. But no, not at all. And I only finished painting the room the other day, and yeah, so on Friday I think I finished this one, having painted in one night on Tuesday. But lots of fun, really fun miniature to paint. Lovely, I'm really liking the colourfulness of it compared to the ones I've been painting recently, which have been quite samey. It was really nice just to kind of let my juices flow, and I will do my absolute best to release the video for this on an average painter tomorrow. I actually completely forgot last week and didn't release last week's, so I'm going to have to edit both of those videos and get them up for tomorrow, but I'll do my best to do that today and get that published tomorrow. But there we are, we have finished up the Halfling barmaid, which is pretty cool. Poppy, I think her name was, Poppy Cloverlocks, the Halfling barmaid, easy for me to say. So thanks for voting. If you haven't yet voted this week, get your vote in below for which miniature I want to paint. This is really good fun, I'm really enjoying it, and we're nearly halfway through the year, so yeah, let's keep going. We've got the first unit built, and offered it up where I wanted to go, and as you can see, that putting on top of these units at the bottom, you can see how much they overlap, and you can see how much gap there is between the top of this and the first of my shelves there. I'm currently umming and ahhing what I'm going to do about it. I can lift those shelves up some, as you can see, so I might have to take that terrain down as well, which is a bit frustrating, but I want to get this right. I'm going to do this once and I'm done, so I'm going to continue making these and work out whether I'm going to sit these on top of those side units, or whether I'm going to take those side units out and put something else underneath. But yeah, that's one down, 3 more to go before I can then start to put my miniatures back in place, which is going to be cool. Well, it's the first time for quite a long time that I've reached the 30-minute mark, and that does show just how much more productive this week's been. Of course, during the intro I forgot about all the deliveries I had as well, so that took up a bit of the video. And last night I actually played Mothership for the first time online, but I did make use of the resources that came with the Kickstarter, so that's really cool. I'm aware a lot of the time these Kickstarters are arriving and I'm not having any time or whatever to actually make use of them, but I do try to, and yesterday I managed to make use of Mothership. Brilliant game, had great fun, didn't manage to die, I don't know how, and yeah, it went really well, really good fun. Anyway, don't forget to vote on the miniature. I'll put the list on screen again now, and in the description of this video is the list with links to the miniature on the Reaper website, so you can see what it looks like if you're not sure, and that will help you to make your decisions. So yeah, do get involved, and you could be in with the chance of winning one of them. And congratulations again to Harajan for winning that draw. I've already been in touch as I stand here recording this. I've already messaged you, so let me know which one you want, and I will send that over to you. Anyway, thank you ever so much for watching. I had a comment on the vlog last week calling me a sheep for mentioning about Ukraine and for all that stuff, and saying that I didn't even know where Ukraine was 6 months ago, even though the war's now been going on for over 2 years. I'm not sure where 6 months came from. Just to make it absolutely clear, one of my very best friends married a Ukrainian many years ago. Her family had to flee the conflict, and it is a direct impact on his and her lives, and they mean a lot to me. And so yeah, that's what prompted me to start calling it out. There's conflicts all around the world. All of them are horrendous. But yeah, the Ukraine one struck quite close to home. And also living where I do, it's only 1,000 miles away. It's just up the way. And at the time when it kicked off, it was quite an interesting period of time here. Felt quite scary and a little bit of direct risk. And yeah, so just thought I'd say that, so that it was absolutely clear why I say it. And yeah, I mean it. So, I'm impacted, my best friend is directly impacted, and my heart does go out to anyone out there, anyone who's watching this who is impacted in any way. And also by the horrific war in Israel, and I also have people directly impacted over there in my life. So yeah, thoughts do go out to you and anyone you know who might be in that situation. To everyone, having said that, please do stay healthy, stay safe, and stay well.